Welcome back to the channel everyone. So in today's video we will discuss about multi-threading in Java. So basically we will see what is thread and what is multi-threading. So let's begin. First of all, as you can see here, thread means task, and in Java thread is a class which includes methods and variables. Now multi-threading is a process of executing multiple tasks or threads concurrently, and a thread is a lightweight subprocess and the smallest unit of processing. Now if we take a real world example, assume that you have a company and you have a project manager inside your company. Now your project manager assigns a task to individual persons in your company. Now the tasks performed by that individual persons are known as threads. Okay, so this is the simple real world example. And if we talk about technical terms, you can say you have a big process and you are dividing that process into a sub processes. Now that sub process is your threads. Okay, so basically thread is used to achieve multitasking because we are executing threads concurrently, right? So ultimately we are performing multiple tasks simultaneously, so that's why we can say that multi-threading is used to achieve multitasking. Simple. Now here is the life cycle of thread. So it is very important question uh, from exam point of view also. So you have to memorize this life cycle, or if you try to understand it, it is so simple to memorize. First of all, let me show you what is this. First of all, these all are our states. This is our new state, this is runnable, this is running, these all are states. Now first of all, when thread comes to memory, it is in this new state, and after invocation of after invocation of start, it will be in runnable state. Now from runnable it can go to running, waiting, from waiting it can come back to the runnable, and from running also it can come back to the runnable. Now from running it can also go to this suspended, from suspended it come back to the running or go to terminated, and from running it can also directly come to the terminated if it completes the process. So it is simple to memorize, so just go through it. Okay, you will get it. Now there are two ways to create a thread. First is by extending a thread class, and second is by implementing runnable interface. So let's see the first syntax. So first of all you have to write class keyword, then my thread, which is our class name, then it extends thread is a class, and second syntax is class keyword, our class name, implements runnable is our implement, runnable is our interface, that's why we use implements keyword. Now in both the cases we have to use a run method. So this is the important point, that if we are using this way of creating thread by extending thread class or implementing runnable interface, the important thing is we have to use this run method. Now whatever logic you want to perform inside your program, you have to put that logic inside this run method, and in order to execute this run method you have to call start method. Okay, so let's see with the program what I mean by that. Okay, so here we have a thread demo and a main class. Okay, so let me come back here. Yeah, perfect. So let's create more classes here. So let's create a, and let's say I want to print something. Okay, so in order to do that, let's create a method public void show. Now I want to print a simple message, but I want to print a message 5 times, so we have to take a loop. So let's take a loop, integer I equals to 0, I is less than 5, and I plus plus. This will print our message 5 times. So here we have to write our message. So let's say I want to print okay Google, so I write here okay only, and I write Google in second class. So let's create one more class here and change the name to B, and other things I think perfectly fine. Here we can write Google. Okay, let's change it to J so that it will not create a confusion. Simple. Okay, we have two classes A and B, and we have two methods show in both the classes. Now this show method will print okay message 5 times, and this show method will print Google 5 times. Okay, so in order to execute it we have to create object of the classes. So just let's create an object quickly. Write a equals to new a, and b equals to new b. Done. Now we have to call the method, so a dot show and b dot show. Okay, so now if I run the program, okay, we have a semicolon error here. Okay, so if I again run the program, so as you can see we got the output. So first of all we got okay 5 times and then we got Google 5 times. Okay, now one thing you have to understand that if you do not write or if you do not create any thread in program, you are already using a inbuilt thread which is your main thread. Okay, if we talk about our example, we have two classes but we have not created any thread in our program yet, but we are using one thread which is main thread, and by using that main thread we are executing these both the functions. Okay, so if you see in output, as you can see, this OK will also executed by main thread and this Google is also executed by main thread. So first main thread come to this show method and then it comes to this show method, but we want to execute these both the methods at the same time or parallelly. Okay, so in order to execute parallelly we have to create our own thread. So it is so simple to create our own thread. Let me show you how. We have to make some changes here. First of all, we have to extend the classes by thread here. So write thread, so we are extending the thread class. Now same thing we have to do here, extends thread. And the second thing we have to do is we have to change the method name by run, because in theory part we have seen in order to execute the thread or in order to execute our logic we have to use run method. And last thing we have to change is we have to write start here. Okay, so I know it's a bit weird that we have written run here and we are using start here, but that's how the thread works. Okay, so whatever you write in run method, if you want to execute that run method you have to call this start method. So this start method will call this run method, and this second start method of b object will call this run method of b class. Done. Now if I run the program, as you can see we got the output. Now if you have noticed, let's see the output. First of all it prints okay 4 times, right? Then it prints Google 5 times and then it prints again okay. So what it means, it means we have achieved the parallelism. We can say our task is now executed parallelly, because we have not got the output which is okay 5 times and Google 5 times. We got the output which prints okay 4 times and then Google 5 times and then again okay. It means our task is executed parallelly. But here is one problem. As you can see, we have not got the output in proper manner. Okay, let's say I want the output like okay Google, okay Google, okay Google. Okay, not like that. So in order to do that we have to use one function of thread which is sleep. So by providing sleep, our thread sleep for some time and then executed again. Okay, so it will give a chance to other thread to execute. So in order to do that we have to use sleep inside this for loop and within the try catch block, because we are using with we are working with thread, so thread may throw an exception. So we have to use try catch block. So right here thread dot sleep, and let's give a time to sleep, let's say 1000. So this 1000 is a millisecond and 1000 millisecond is equal to 1 second. So our thread will be sleep for 1 second and give a chance to other thread to execute, then again it execute, then another thread execute. That's how the execution works. So let me finish the program first and then we will see the output. So here try catch block, and we have to use this same try catch block inside this for loop also. Okay, done. Now after specifying this, if I run the program, okay, as you can see we got okay Google, okay Google, okay Google, okay Google, and okay Google. Okay, if I again run this program, we got okay Google, okay, okay. As you can see we have still some error here, or we have still some problem that it prints okay Google, okay, then Google, okay. These four statements are perfect, but again it prints Google instead of okay. So many times what happens that if you are using two threads in our program, we have used through two threads, yeah, right? So many times it happens that in your system multiple thread come at same time. So we have to decide which thread to execute. So in order to do that, we have to use one more thing here, which is, let's write try catch, and we have to write the same thread.sleep method here. So sleep, and let's say 1000 here also, and write catch here. Okay, so by writing the sleep method here, it will solve our problem. Done. Okay, so now if I run the program, as you can see, it prints okay Google, okay Google, okay Google, okay Google, okay Google. Okay, now our output is perfectly fine. So it will decides that let's let first thread execute, then execute the second thread, then again first, then again second. So by this line we are specifying that thing. So that's how we can use the threads. So let me quickly revise. You have to extend the thread class, and then you have to put your all the logic inside this run method, and in order to execute that run method, you have to use this start method. And one more thing you have to do is provide sleep method. Okay, uh, by using thread.sleep, and inside that sleep you have to specify milliseconds. Okay, so here we have specified 1000 milliseconds, which means 1 second. So you have to do same thing in your second thread here, which is thread sleep, and you have to also provide thread sleep between two method calling. Okay, so a dot start and b dot start, between these two method calling we have to write this sleep method. So that's how you can create and work with threads by extending the thread class. Now we can also work with threads by implementing the runnable interface. We will see this method in my next video. So if you have any doubts in today's video, you can ask me in the comment section below. If you do like the video, please hit the like button and please subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. Thank you.